The red lantern wasn't glamorous, but it had a charm. The faded red booths sticky with the ghosts of past drinks, the jukebox that wheezed and croaked out tunes, and me, the bartender, gathering the town's secrets, one sorrowful confession at a time. After the rush, it was my sanctuary. The calm after the storm of a Friday night, and the quiet that fell as closing time neared always felt like home. The dim red light softening the world's edges. Tonight was supposed to be like every other night, or at least that's what I told myself as the clock ticked toward 2. Closing time. My time. It was close to 2 a.m. The late-night stragglers had already filtered out, leaving behind nothing but echoes. The red lantern was supposed to be empty, but as I wiped down the bar, I saw him. A man hunched on a stool in the far corner, cloaked in shadow. I hadn't heard the door chime, hadn't seen him come in. It was like he'd always been here. He sipped whiskey from a glass, the amber liquid glowing in the dim light. I tried to place him. I knew my regulars, but this guy, a blank, like a ghost. His gaunt face, sharp and hollow, was a mask of hunger, like something had carved out pieces of him. His eyes were pits, endless and black. He didn't blink, just stared ahead, unnerving stillness about him. And his skin, it was almost blue, like milk left too long in the fridge, sickly under the neon beer signs. A cold aura radiated from him even across the room. Last call, I announced, my voice louder than usual, breaking the quiet. The rag in my hand froze. I needed to shatter that oppressive silence. He turned slowly, deliberately. When he spoke, his voice was like dry leaves scraped across asphalt, cracked and ancient. Not for me. I chuckled, though it felt brittle. House rules. But something in his gaze made my skin crawl. He didn't just see me, he saw through me like I was nothing more than glass. "You're new here," he said, his lips twisting, though it wasn't a smile. It was a mockery of one. Been here 5 years, I said, trying to sound confident, but there was an edge to my voice. He exhaled slowly, a sound that seemed to suck the warmth from the room. Not long enough, his gaze deepened. This place is older than your bloodline, thirsty for more than just drinks. And with that, he turned back to his whiskey. I tried to ignore him. Drunk, rambling, but his words lingered. Older than your bloodline. The stories danced in my mind, whispers of a curse on the land where the red lantern was built. Tales of vanishing patrons and staff, souls trapped within the walls. Foolishness, I'd always thought. But tonight, those whispers had weight. I grabbed the key from behind the bar. Time to lock up and get out of here. I turned toward the door when something caught my eye. The mirror. The one behind the bar, etched with the names of past bartenders. My name, Liam, was there, carved in honor a year ago. But now, under my name, a new word was forming. A faint, icy carving. "Who did that?" I muttered, the words barely a whisper, my finger tracing the fresh lines of my name. It was colder than it should have been, as though the glass had frozen overnight. And then, just beneath it, next, it pulsed like a heartbeat. The letters were wrong. Alien, not made by human hands. Behind me, I heard the man's dry laugh, vibrating through my bones. "How long have you been here?" I spun around, fear creeping up my spine. What is this place? He finished his drink in one smooth gulp, the ice clinking against the glass with an unnatural echo. Slowly, he stood, his movements deliberate, almost predatory. "Long enough to know you don't leave," he said, his voice soft but chilling. "This bar claims what it wants, and it's claimed you." Panic gripped me. My heart raced as I fumbled for the door. The key wouldn't turn. I tried again. Nothing. Sweat slicked my palms, but the door wouldn't budge. Natins. I looked back at the bar. The man was gone, vanished into thin air. Had he ever been there at all? Or was he something else? The lights flickered, plunging the room into darkness before sputtering back to life. The jukebox crackled to life on its own, a haunting blues song echoing from the speakers. I'd never heard it before. The lyrics crawled into the silence. Red lanterns calling low. Shadows growing, spirits flow. Served your time behind this bar. Now you're trapped, no matter how far. Walls are closing, doors won't yield. This thirsty ground, a haunted field. Names are carved in icy glass. Bartender's fate come way too fast. The neon sign flickered erratically, its letters twisting into a new shape. O-P-E-N. Then it settled into a chilling command. Stay. I froze, every muscle screaming to run, but my body wouldn't obey. The walls seemed to press in, suffocating. And then I saw it. The windows. The ones that had always faced the street. They were gone. Bricked up. The red lantern had become a tomb, and I was being sealed inside. I spun back toward the bar, and there he was, sitting on the same stool like nothing had changed. Like the last few minutes were just a nightmare. His smile was wide, sharp. His teeth glinted like shards of bone. "Told you," he rasped. "You don't leave. The red lantern is always hiring." The bottles behind the bar began to tremble as if they were alive. I tried to move, but my limbs felt leaden, unresponsive. The jukebox screeched, the blues song slowing, stretching into a mournful groan. And then I saw it. In the mirror, 100 bartenders, pale, gaunt, their eyes wide and vacant, frozen in time, serving forever. My reflection wavered. The glass rippled like water. And there it was, my name. Beneath it, the new word clearer than before. Your replacement. Nay. And that was when I felt it. The cold creeping up my arms, my legs, draining the color from my skin. I felt the pull of the bar. It was claiming me, just like it had claimed the others. The lights flickered, then went out. The darkness was absolute. The red lantern had consumed me. And I was next.